My name is Dan Gerhards. I'm a professional teacher from Oregon in the United States with about 15 years of experience. I've spent the last 2.5 years living in Mexico, teaching English to children and adults of all ability levels. Today we are talking about the present perfect. The present perfect has two main uses, but one of the uses is to talk about the present experience of a past event. To give you an example, I am going to make a sentence about a past event using the simple past. Here's my sentence. I watched the new Pixar movie yesterday. That's simple past. Now I'm going to make a present perfect sentence that talks about the same event. I have watched the new Pixar movie. This sentence is different because it's present perfect. The present perfect was formed with have as the auxiliary verb and the past participle watched. The past participle of a regular verb, like watch, is the same as the simple past. It ends with ed. This sentence says that I have the experience of watching the movie in my mind. I remember what happened in the story, I know the names of some of the characters, I can tell some of the jokes that were in that movie. I have the experience of the movie in my mind. It does not tell when I watched the movie. That was the case with the sentence that was in the simple past. The sentence in simple past had a specific time expression in it, the word yesterday. The sentence in the present perfect does not have a time expression because it happens in the present. Here's another example. My sister has visited China before. In this sentence, I had to use the auxiliary verb has because my sister is third person singular, but it's the same. I did put a time expression on the end. I put the word before. It's not a specific time expression like yesterday or last week, but it is allowed on present perfect sentences to put the word before. There are other uses for the present perfect, so we use the word before to make it more clear what usage we are talking about, to make it clear that we are talking about a past event. So I suggest you use before when you use the present perfect in this way. Now I'm going to show you an example with an irregular verb, the verb fly. The simple past of fly is flew, and the past participle is flown. Here's my example sentence. I have flown on an airplane before. That is the same as the original ones, but now we have an irregular past participle. Here's another sentence with an irregular past participle. We'll use the verb eat this time, and the irregular past participle is eaten. But you know from last week we talked about how a TN combination in English is usually not pronounced as a TN. The T is silent. So the actual pronunciation is not eaten. The normal pronunciation is eaten. So I'm going to give you an example sentence with that. I have eaten octopus before. It's another example sentence. Now what we're going to do is look at the negative of this type of present perfect sentence, and then we'll play a game called I Have Never, and we'll look at another usage.